87% of people have disrupted circadian rhythms, and you're probably one of them. This is happening in your body right now. Your internal clock is ticking, controlled by a tiny region in your brain, the suprachiasmatic nucleus. It's like a conductor leading your bodily orchestra. You won't believe what happens when it's out of sync. For instance, a study on night shift workers at a hospital in Denmark found that their risk of developing diabetes increased by 40% due to disrupted circadian rhythms. Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve a nail, but your internal clock is even more powerful. It regulates everything from hormone secretion to body temperature. Interestingly, did you know that your internal clock also affects your creativity? Research suggests that the brain's natural rhythm can influence your problem-solving skills, with some people being more creative in the morning and others at night. The suprachiasmatic nucleus is a tiny but mighty region, and when it's in sync, it can have a profound impact on your overall health and well-being. So, take a moment to think about your daily routine and how it might be affecting your internal clock, because a small adjustment could make a big difference. Here's what nobody tells you about your internal clock. It's like a Swiss watch. Precise and intricate. But instead of gears, it's controlled by genes. Your genes are like a blueprint for your circadian rhythm. They tell your body when to sleep, eat, and be active. You have a unique genetic code that affects your internal clock. Think about it. Your body is like a city with different districts. Each district has its own schedule. Your internal clock is like the mayor, keeping everything in sync. For example, a study on twins found that their internal clocks were so in tune that they'd often wake up at the same time, even if they were in different time zones. Did you know that the longest recorded flight, Qantas Flight 32, which flew from New York to Sydney, took over 19 hours, and the passengers' internal clocks were completely thrown off? Interestingly, some people's internal clocks are so strong that they can adapt to extreme schedules, like the ones used by NASA astronauts, who have to adjust to 24-hour daylight in space. You might be surprised to learn that our internal clocks can even affect our appetite, with some people experiencing hunger at the same time every day, regardless of their meal schedule. In 1958, a scientist named Aaron Lerner discovered melatonin, a hormone that's like a sleep switch, turning on when it's dark and off when it's light. You produce about 30 micrograms of melatonin per day, which is enough to regulate your sleep-wake cycle. But what happens when melatonin levels are disrupted? You might experience insomnia, fatigue, or mood disorders. For instance, a study on shift workers found that those working night shifts had melatonin levels 40% lower than those working day shifts. This disruption can have serious consequences, as seen in the case of the Exxon Valdez oil spill in 1989, where fatigue due to disrupted melatonin levels was cited as a contributing factor. Surprisingly, melatonin also has antioxidant properties, which can help protect your cells from damage. It's produced by the pineal gland, a tiny factory in your brain that works tirelessly behind the scenes. When it's functioning properly, you sleep better, and your overall health improves. But when it's not, you can experience a range of problems. You can take steps to support your pineal gland, like getting morning sunlight exposure, which helps regulate melatonin production. Most doctors get this wrong. They think the circadian rhythm is just about sleep. But it's so much more. Your internal clock affects your metabolism, immune system, and even your gut health. You have 2.4 million red blood cells per second. That's a staggering number. For instance, a study on shift workers at a Boeing factory found that their disrupted circadian rhythms led to a 26% increase in errors on the job. Your internal clock regulates their production, like a traffic controller keeping everything flowing smoothly. But when your circadian rhythm is disrupted, it's like a traffic jam. Everything gets stuck. Surprisingly, research has shown that our internal clocks are even influenced by the timing of our meals, with some scientists suggesting that eating in sync with our natural rhythms can improve our overall health. You might be wondering how this all works. Well, it's complex, but essentially, your body has an intricate system that responds to light and darkness to regulate its functions. This system is controlled by a small group of cells in the brain, and when it's working properly, it's like a well-oiled machine, keeping you healthy and thriving. You're probably reading this on your phone right now, and that blue light is secretly sabotaging your sleep. It's a stealthy sleep thief, creeping in unnoticed. Your body is highly responsive, like a sensitive plant, reacting to light, temperature, and even your diet. You are what you eat, and those food choices can either create harmony or chaos in your body. For instance, a study found that people who consumed a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, like the traditional Okinawan diet, had a 40% lower risk of sleep disorders. Surprisingly, did you know that your gut bacteria also produce melatonin, influencing your sleep-wake cycle? It's a complex symphony, with each food choice playing a vital role. Think about it, a simple snack like a banana can boost your melatonin levels, while a heavy meal close to bedtime can disrupt your rhythm. Your internal clock is intricately linked to your diet, and making conscious food choices can be the key to a restful night's sleep. As you scroll through your phone, consider the impact of your diet on your sleep, and make informed choices to harmonize your body's natural rhythm. You've probably heard that you can't change your circadian rhythm, but that's just not true. You can reset your internal clock, and it's actually quite simple. It's like restarting your computer, sometimes you just need to reboot the system. Exposure to natural light is a great way to do this, as it resets your melatonin levels and synchronizes your internal clock. For example, a study found that employees at a Walmart store in Minnesota who worked near skylights were more productive and had better attendance than those who worked in areas with limited natural light. You can also use light therapy to regulate your circadian rhythm. It's like a wake-up call for your body. Interestingly, did you know that our circadian rhythms are also influenced by the food we eat, with some research suggesting that eating a large meal can actually shift our natural rhythm by up to 3 hours? By making a few simple changes to your daily routine, you can take control of your internal clock and start feeling more alert and focused. So, take a cue from nature and get some sunlight, your body will thank you. In 2017, scientists discovered a new type of cell that regulates the circadian rhythm, and it's been a game changer. You're probably wondering what it is. It's called the astrocyte. These cells are like the ninjas of the brain, stealthy and powerful, working behind the scenes to keep your internal clock ticking. For instance, research on astrocytes has shown that they play a crucial role in regulating the sleep-wake cycle, with studies suggesting that astrocytes in the brain of mice can influence the timing of their sleep patterns by up to 30%. Astrocytes control the flow of information in your brain, acting as the guardians of your internal clock. When they're disrupted, it's like a domino effect, your entire body is affected. Interestingly, did you know that astrocytes can even influence your appetite, with some studies suggesting that they can affect the release of hormones that regulate hunger and fullness? You might be surprised to learn that the disruption of astrocytes has been linked to diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, affecting millions of people worldwide, including famous individuals like Michael J. Fox. The impact is staggering, and it's an area of research that's still unfolding. You'll remember this tomorrow, your internal clock is like a superpower. It can heal or harm you. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you synchronize your circadian rhythm or disrupt it further? The choice is yours. But here's the thing, your body is already responding. It's like a whisper in your ear. Are you listening? For instance, a study by the University of California found that workers at a BMW factory in Germany who had flexible working hours to align with their natural rhythms saw a 25% increase in productivity. That's significant. You might be surprised to learn that even the timing of medical treatments can be crucial. Did you know that the effectiveness of chemotherapy can vary by up to 50% depending on the time of day it's administered? It's fascinating. As you go about your day, your body is constantly sending signals, trying to get in sync with the world around you. So, tune in and take control. Your internal clock is a powerful tool, and by working with it, you can unlock a better, healthier you. By making simple changes to your daily routine, you can start to notice a difference, and that's a pretty compelling reason to start listening to your body's whispers.